So J.J. Watt, the heart and soul of the Houston Texans, you may argue, a player that was just absolutely what he did. Just take back, not even fully discussing, his on the play field, which, unfortunately, over the course of time, due to injury, has diminished a bit. But what he has done for that city of Houston is amazing. And that's why he has such a bond with Houston. And, the Texans organization, just at one point was, I always thought they were always contenders in my book. And, recently that's all been kind of falling apart from them. They've been losing their players. DeAndre Hopkins traded away. Listen, Deshaun Watson wants to be traded away, who the management says, no, that's not happening. And J.J. Watt wanted to be gone. He actually did get let go. So you wonder, what places, possible landings are there for J.J. Watt. And I come up with, I think, three. To me, there are only three teams that make sense as to where J.J. Watt would go. Pittsburgh, one, where he could play for a good defense and play with his brother. Two, Tennessee, which reunites him with his former defensive coordinator and some former defensive assistants. Three, Green Bay. He can play for his home state team. Now you might say Pittsburgh is $60 million over the cap. Hasn't stopped teams before. Pittsburgh historically has had a very smart front office. They would know how to restructure contracts to get him there. Maybe Buffalo. I don't know if I'll leave it out there. Who cares about Buffalo? Who cares? Listen, for what it's worth, and you might be saying that the Steelers don't sign, older free agents. JJ was rated the 5th best pass rusher in the NFL this season and played all 16 games. He was, healthy, and yes, the Steelers defensive players, and yes, Steelers historically signed defensive players as free agents. I think, though, that he would be signing cheaper than his value. Hayden, Pouncey, if they come off the books, Pouncey retired. If they come off the books, maybe reworking Ben's contract, and they will have you can have room there to sign JJ if he wants to go. Listen, JJ Watt, I was surprised to see him play all 16 games this year. Didn't realize that. He had 5 sacks this year. Good player, no doubt. But he's over 30. Could Steelers pursue him? Possibly. Remember, Pouncey retiring drops $7.34 million from the 21 cap. Taking a discount, but he might do it. Look at Tennessee. Tennessee's closest to his wife's soccer team and they have the cap space. He has developed close ties with Tennessee, with with the owner. The Titans donated $1 million during the Houston floods to his foundation and showed up to help. Then when the tornado hit, Watt donated $1 million to Nashville for the cleanup. On top of his love for the head coach there in Tennessee, he has developed, I think, in Watt, a relationship with your GM and owner. Your defensive coordinator in Tennessee was his position coach in Houston. You have 2 other assistants there, too, from Houston in the defense. One of them being Midget as well. The Tennessee Titans, they're completely changing the defense, and they need a pass rush. Makes sense. Comes to Tennessee. It could happen. Could happen. So, just some of my thoughts there on where J.J. Watt could go. I hope all is well. Look forward to speaking to you guys very, very soon.